Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you guys? I hope you in good and healthy condition. In this occasion, we will learn about the introduction to geography. In this chapter consists some material. The first is the definition of geography. Second is the study, object, aspect, and assistive science of geography. And the third is basic concept of geography. And the fourth is basic principle of geography. And the last one is geography approaches. For the first material, the definition of geography. Eratosthenes is the first person who introduced the term of geography, namely Geographica. Geography from the word of geo and graphin. Based on Ikatan Geografi Indonesia on 1998, geography is the study of the similarities and differences of geosphere phenomena with viewpoint of environment and territorial in the context of spatial. And then, what's geosphere? Geosphere is the Earth and all its contents. Consists of lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and anthroposphere. And then the study object of geography. The study object of geography consists two. First is material object and second is formal object. Material object is object or material studied in geography, that is geosphere. And then formal object is how to study or analyze the object or material, that is geography approach or analyze. And then the aspect of geography. The aspect of geography consists of physical aspect and social aspect. Physical aspect related to nature, that is geosphere, and social aspect related to human behavior in the politics, social, economy, culture, and religion. And then the assistive science of geography. There are many assistive science of geography. First is geomorphology, second climatology, third biogeography, and then fourth cartography, fifth remote sensing, and then geographic information system, and then hydrology, pedology, economic geography, population geography, transportation geography, health geography, and other. And then the next material is about the basic concept of geography. Basic concept of geography is the abstract pattern related to the real symptom of geography. Basic concept of geography consists 10 concepts. First is location, second distance, third accessibility, fourth pattern, fifth morphology, and then agglomeration, interaction and interdependence, and usability value, the differentiation of area, and the last one is spatial linkage. For the first concept, location concept. Location concept is the position of an object on the Earth's surface. The location concept consists two. First is absolute location, and second is relative location. Absolute location is using astronomical coordinates, and relative location is using geographical location. For example, absolute location. Indonesia is located on 6 degrees north latitude until 11 degrees south latitude and 95 degrees east longitude until 141 degrees east longitude. And then the example of relative location is Indonesia is located between the Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. And then the second concept is distance concept. Distance concept refers to space on the Earth's surface. The distance concept consists two parts. First part is absolute distance and second part is relative distance. Absolute distance measured in length unit in kilometers, mile, meters, inch, etc. And then relative distance measured in travel time unit in minutes, hour, day, and others. For example, absolute distance. Yogyakarta and Solo is 65 kilometers. And then for example of relative distance, the distance of Yogyakarta and Solo is 1 hour riding a motorcycle. And the third concept is accessibility concept. Accessibility concept is the ease to reach an object or location. Accessibility influenced by the geographical condition of a region, that are location, topography, and road condition. For example, the area in Jakarta is easier to reach than the area in Papua. And the next concept is pattern concept. Pattern concept refers to the phenomenon, arrangement, or spreading on the Earth's surface, that is cluster, lengthwise or linear, and then spread and radial. For example, the settlement pattern on the mountains are usually clustered. And the next concept is morphology concept. Morphology concept refers to the Earth's surface shapes due to natural process and or human action like plateau, lowland, mountain, valley, basin, etc. For example of morphology concept is Yogyakarta region consists of lowland, mountain, and beach. And the next concept is agglomeration concept. Agglomeration concept refers to the tendency to group a phenomenon or object related to human activity on a region. For example, slums are usually found or gathered on the edge of railroad or river. The next concept is interaction and interdependence concept. Interaction and interdependence concept is reciprocal relation or interdependence between regions. For example, the village and city relation. The villager bring industrial product from the city and the city resident bring raw material from the village. And the next concept is usability value concept. Usability value concept refers to the advantages possessed by an area and has different use values based on its function. For example, the area that has beautiful scenery is suitable as a tourism area. And the next concept is differentiation of area concept. The differentiation of area concept refers to the uniqueness or characteristic that are typical or different region. For example, residents in coastal areas usually work as fishermen, while residents in mountainous areas work on plantation. And the last concept is spatial linkage concept. Spatial linkage concept refer to the causal relationship between regions. For example, Jakarta is often flooded because of the construction of villas in Bogor or Puncak. That are the 10 geography basic concepts. And the next material is about the basic principle of geography. The basic principle of geography is the basis for explaining various geographical phenomena. The basic principle of geography consists of 4 principles. First is description principles, second distribution principle, and the third is interrelation principle, and the last one is chorology principle. The first principle is description principle. Description principle emphasizes the explanation of a phenomenon or phenomenon of geography. For example, Indonesia is a country that has hundreds of volcanoes. 127 of them are active volcanoes, while 20 of them are already inactive. And the second principle is distribution principle. Distribution principle emphasizes the distribution or wherever there is a geography phenomenon. For example, the distribution of volcanoes in Indonesia is in Sumatera, Java, Bali, Lombok, Sumbawa, Nusa Tenggara, Sulawesi, and Maluku. And the third principle is interrelation principle. The interrelation principle emphasizes the interrelationship between the one phenomenon and another. For example, the number of volcanoes in Indonesia causes most of the land in Indonesia to be fertile. And the last principle is chorology principle. The chorology principle is a combination of the principles of description, distribution, and interrelation. For example, Indonesia is a country that has hundreds of volcanoes. 127 of them are active volcanoes, while 20 of them are already inactive. The distribution of volcanoes in Indonesia is in Sumatera, Jawa, Bali, Lombok, Sumbawa, Nusa Tenggara, Sulawesi, Maluku. The number of volcanoes in Indonesia causes most of the land in Indonesia to be fertile. That is for of geography principle. And the next material is about geography approaches. Geography approaches is special methods or methodologies for analyzing and understanding various geographic phenomena. Geography approaches consist 3 approaches. First approach is spatial approach, and second approach is psychological approach, and the last approach is regional complex approach. The first approach is spatial approach. Spatial approach is analysis or perspective that emphasizes space as a study. It is important to pay attention to the characteristics, similarities, and differences and their spread. For example, if you want to explain the flood phenomenon in Jakarta, so you must explain wherever floods occur and how the distribution pattern of flood in Jakarta. And the next approach is ecological approach. Ecological approach is analysis or perspective that emphasizes the existence of a connection between living things, human or human attitude, and their environment. Ecological approach consists two patterns. The first pattern is the environmental effect on human, and the next pattern is human behavior affect the environment. For example, if you want to explain the floods phenomenon in Jakarta, so you must explain how the flood affected the life of Jakarta resident, or what behavior or Jakarta resident causes flooding in Jakarta. And the last approach is regional complex approach. Regional complex approach is the approach which is a combination between spatial approach and ecological approach. In regional approach should be studied first the characteristic, their spread. And second is connection between living thing, human or human attitude, and their environment. For example, if you want to explain flood phenomenon in Jakarta, so you must explain first wherever flood occur in Jakarta, and then how the distribution pattern of flood in Jakarta, and then how the flood affected the life of Jakarta resident, or what behavior of Jakarta resident causes flooding. That is all of the material on this chapter about introduction of geography. Thank you for your attention and thank you.